We are live. All right, let me just get this all set up. Boom. 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 And boom. All right. So let's get it started. All right. So, gonna start off with some flat earth. And get my painting palette all ready. Figured give this another shot. Haven't live streamed in a second, but need to paint some of my elves. Get this army nice and ready. I'm just gonna start off with this flat brown. See if anyone is joining us yet. Not quite. But almost to halfway through the year. I'm excited. My favorite months are coming up. Got Halloween to look forward to. Love the summer. Can go swimming here soon. But yeah. In the meantime, just grinding away. What up, what up? Welcome to the live stream. And hope you enjoy some of my banter and random thoughts as I paint. Right now, I am painting a Warhammer Drukhari Raider. So I got it in pieces right now. And have to get rid of some of these old gray kits, so figured I'd live stream it. Hello, hello. That's Spanish? Mi español es malo, so. But welcome to the live stream. And feel free to banter and comment and just hang out with me. But as I was saying before, summer's coming up, halfway through the year, favorite time of the year. On break from school, and all I gotta do is focus on work and this YouTube thing, which I'm excited about. But yeah, welcome, welcome. Maybe I should bring this a little closer, a little technologically inept. So, have any suggestions for upgrading or improving the stream? Let me know. All right, we're gonna wait for that brown to dry. Move on to some more brown right here. Get our brush a little wet. How we like it, nice and thin. Not too thin, I don't want too many layers, but just a little bit. I swear some people overdo it on wanting to thin their paints. The too thin coats guy, still love him, but he corrupted everybody's minds and too much, too thin. Ooh, just like that, too thin. All about feeling your way around the mini. Now, I was trying to set up 2 cameras, but couldn't quite figure that out yet. But hopefully, a little bit more practice, a little bit more experience, I'll figure that out. And then I also got a microphone. Don't know how to set that up yet. Just little by little. I still want to live stream, so here we are. And my ADHD goes off the walls. I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but I may or may not switch around the model as we go. Let me pause on this and get a good look on our stream. Got to do this in multiple setups. Boom. And boom. There we go. For all those here, welcome. And if you want to know my opinions on stuff, or just want to chat, or just want to hang out and listen to me ramble, feel free no matter what. And yeah, welcome to the Wargame Frog Hangout Painting Session. Like a normal painting session, but virtual. Gotta be a better name for that. Boom, boom, boom. And this is the part of the process which I hate. The base coats, they suck, and they make me think I'm a bad painter. But it's all a part of the process, I know. Yeah, buddy. And next, we're going to let that side dry. Get a little bit of brown. And some more brown. And shwa. Make it look all wraith bony. I don't know if Dark Eldar use wraith. No, they don't. Dark Eldar don't use wraithbone. But I like to think that there's like a corrupted version of it for my army. Mostly because I don't want another army where I just paint silver for everything. Plus, I have an idea of doing Space Wolves in the future, so I'm going to leave that off the table. And if I'm doing Space Marines, I'm going to do some silver somewhere. So try not to do as much silver in this one. All right. I don't want to dirty this up too much, so let's go back to its sail. What's that song that keeps going? Sail. I cannot think of the name. I keep thinking of Seven Nation Army, and I don't think that's it. That's not it. All right, flippy flip. I know that's a small target to see. Bear with me. That rhymed. That's okay. I like the rhymes. And then flippy flip. You know, painting Dark Eldar is painful. Not because there's small detail, it's literally painful. There's spikes everywhere. And I have a Chaos Army and a Tyranids Army. And these are by far the most owie. Not your children's first army to pick up. All right. Let that sit. I drop something. Grab a drink. Gave us your first like of the like. Thank you. Thank you for the first like. And bear with me, I have to turn my head to look at the chat, so if I don't get to you quickly, that is why. All right. What else do we need painted brown? All right, we're gonna take this apart. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to the little Wargame Frog army. We're small, but we're mighty. Boom. But growing pretty fast, and I love that. I'm not expecting a lot from this experiment. I'm just showing my hobby progress. And yeah. I'm debating doing other YouTube adventures and branching out into my thoughts on other things. But right now, it's just the Wargame Frog. Bit experimental. Boom, boom. Nice. What hobby do you do? I'll have to check you out. Remind me after the stream. Sea fish. Oh. See, I really want to sea fish. Don't know how, but I love sea and I love seafood. But my dad hates being on boats and hates that whole atmosphere, and I really wanted to go with him on a business trip, like join him. Nice, 2 weeks ago. Good start. Keep at it. Uh, but we were he wanted to do a fit. One of his friends wanted to do a fishing trip, and he was like, "No, I don't want to do that. That sounds awful." I'm like, "Take me. I'll go in your place." No, 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 no. You'd hate it. You'll be on a small boat, cramped in the middle of the sea, smoking cigars and fishing. I was like, man, that sounds wonderful. Netherlands. Ooh. What is it like in the Netherlands? I haven't been. I haven't been that far out of the US. I want to travel more, but all I've been to is Mexico and Canada. And a little bit ranty, but in the winter it's cold. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I think my Oregonian winters are cold, but I couldn't imagine be like a Viking winter. Boom. Oh, we are using mocha skin now. Getting some of the variation, not quite highlights yet. Get some variation in this base coat. But yeah, I would love to do some I would love to go fishing in the sea, especially if I was on a boat. Man, that sounds fun and delicious, not gonna lie. Do, do, do. So, ooh. Don't get me hungry. I just started this live stream. I don't want to quit to go eat. Can't quit to go eat. We're only 15 minutes in. Gotta keep strong. Gotta get this army done. But no, I love that there's such a I looked at my analytics and I love that there's such a wide variety of people that watch my content from around the world. And it's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Makes me want to travel. Alright. Getting the crappy stuff almost to a point where I can start focusing on fun stuff. Boom. Ooh, way too much. Way too much. Alright. America's fun, but it's diverse. There's parts that I love and parts that I hate. I've been to just about every state except for like Hawaii and Alaska, which are off the mainland. But like you go to Arizona and it's completely different than Oregon, and New York, I got a feeling is closer to Netherlands and it's cold. Oh, for fishing, hmm, I I went fishing in Nebraska, which was pretty cool. I know it's not really the deep sea version, but there's a big population out there too. Um, I really want to go fishing in Ensenada. It's not in Mexico. I think that'd be a fun place to go. But to be honest, I don't know too much about the scene. All I know is I want to do the deep sea fishing thing. Amen to that. Lots of good streams. That's the beauty of the internet, right? You basically get a stream for any hobby you want. And that's why I'm starting to show off my hobby and hopefully get people interested, or if you are interested, enjoy the presence. All right. Done with the boring stuff. Thank the gods. The chaos gods. All right, we got, what's that? Flat red. Boom. Probably my favorite red. Oofda. If you want to come out, that would be nice. Gotta poke it. Poke it with the stick. Do I have a stick? I do have a stick. Don't do this, chat. Boom. Boom. Ah! It's going to explode on me, isn't it? It exploded on me. Too much red. Too much red. It's off screen, I know. But still, too much red. But we can make do with what we have. All right. Time for the fun bits. This is where thin coats definitely come where you need to do them. So we're going to be very careful with this. I want it to be smooth as butter. Well, I'm glad I got you interested. I have a busy life, but I want to upload at least one thing a day for an entire year and see where that goes. I want to do more long form content, but like I said, life can be in the way sometimes. Boom. Might look crappy now, but I'll tell you, that will be smooth in a little bit. And it'll dry fast, and we're going to get this side. Boom. And boom. Yeah, buddy. All right, we're going to lay that flat. Just so that way none of you can see it. Mwahahaha. If you're joining now, welcome. Feel free to hang out, comment. If you want to know my opinions on something, ask me. Or if you just want to hang out, that's perfectly fine too. I just like the company. Wow. And if you just want to hear me ramble, that is a perfectly good place for that. I like to ramble and chat, and I like the sound of my own voice sometimes. All right, we are using blue-green and Vallejo black while that red dries. And we're going to pick up the main guy right here. For this, we're going to go panel by panel. The most tedious part of this. Where should we start? We'll start at the front. We're going to start layering right there. Did I go dark? No, I did not. Boom. Get that beautiful teal color. And then we're going to add a little bit black after we wash that brush off. Get a little bit black while it's still wet. Just slide it on in. Create some of that transition. Smooth it out. And we're going to come back and highlight later. A little bit more black. Focus more on the middle. Wipe that down. Come back up. And then there we go. One panel out of lots to go. Most tedious part of this guy. Don't want to use an airbrush for this army. One, because it's in storage. Two, I want to challenge myself. I want to see how to do an Eldar army or a Dark Eldar army without an airbrush. It can be done. And now that we got that black a little bit on here already, we can just mix it in as we go. Make her pretty. Maybe a little too much black right there. All right, some more teal next panel. Let go. Boom, feather out. Yes, I'm doing the blue-green from Vallejo and black, and I'm mixing them because I don't want it all to be one color. I want it to be a little more interesting on the eye. So we're mixing it on the model itself. And that technique, reminiscent of wet blending. I don't want to fully call it wet blending because I'm doing it my own weird way. That's a little too much black. So we're going to add a little bit more blue to the bottom. Get rid of those brush strokes. Add a little bit right there. Hello, welcome to my chat. Hope you're enjoying the stream and my random bits of rambling. But I'll admit, I'm digging the Dark Eldar. I know they're not a big community focus, but it's my thumb's in the way. Y'all could yell at me for that. But I know they're not a big focus, especially their model range is kind of small right now. But they're unique, and it's fun to do something unique for a change. I collected over 10,000 points of Tyranids, and I love them, but I kind of got bored, and so I got to figure out how to change them up. Maybe a new color scheme. I also picked up a few Emperor's Children models and working on those right now. Right? No, this is probably my favorite blue-ish color, and I got to figure out where else to put it, but I dig this blue. Might make an Alpha Legion army or something with it. Far too bright for like a Ultramarines or something. But no, I love it. But it's very strong, so I gotta dilute it some ways. That's where the black comes in. 20 Chronos. That's a good fun color scheme. I was thinking about doing Young Hunter for my next color scheme because I got mostly Leviathan. And I want to switch it up. Too many bugs. But I love bugs. Just too many. Boom. We're going to add a little bit more blue on the next panel. We're going to wait for those ones to dry before we smooth it out. Right now, everything's going to look a little messy, but it's a process. Trust the process. And we're gonna. Ooh, lordy. Too much black. Just want a little bit. Ooh, lord. I messed it up. It's bleeding. Don't die on me. Oh, we can salvage this. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's actually perfectly fine. Exactly what we want. All right, now we're going to go back. Not quite dry yet. Never mind. Do as I say, not as I do. Let it dry. Let it dry, let it dry. Gotta let it dry. If you don't, you'll look like a pleb on the internet. Shua. More of that blue. More of this black. Oh, yeah, perfect amount. Now that's what we want. Don't touch it. I know I want to. I gotta tell myself, don't do it. But I really want to. Really want to. But I can't. It's the wrong thing to do. Wrong thing. All right. Wipe, wipe, wipe. All right. This is the reason why you should have an airbrush for this. I'm not going to use one. I told myself no. But this step right here, it takes forever, ever. But I think the results that you get from hand brushing can be probably, I'd argue, better than the airbrush with this style that I'm going for. All right. We got that far with it. We're going to let that sit for a second because my red is dry. And I'm going to bring back the old sail. Get some of that pretty red. Now, do another thin coat. All I can say is that comment. I love it. Especially since I was just talking about Emperor's Children. Yeah. Yup. Oh, that's funny. Sure. I had a friend back in high school, early high school. She played Emperor's Children, and she was in her 20s. And of course, I was 13, 14 years old, brought my Chaos Marines, and I was like, oh, you brought Emperor's Children. And she was pulling them out, and she looked at me in the room and was like, I'm not going to pull these out. I can't show you. There's a miner in the room. And to this day, I want to know what her army looked like. I'm very curious to where I couldn't look at it. Oh, boom. Let that dry some more. And bring it back. And wash, wash, wash. Isn't there like an anime character that has to do with washing? Like he's a washing machine. I don't know. I saw one model. She looked at me, and I was like, "Nope, you can't see this army." Primarily, she played guard around me. I don't know if that was her main army because after that experience, it might have been something different. But has me curious to this day. Maybe that's something that we should all do. Even if our models aren't inappropriate, we should just look at someone and be like, "No, you can't see this," and just leave an aura of mystery in their brain. Be like, "How bad is it?" Or "Why can't I see it?" Well, thank you. Uh, Still very base coats. Got a lot of work to do, but I want to grind this out, and I figured sharing it with you lovely people is the best way to do it. So, thank you for your words of encouragement. I think it's very, very lovely to see. All right, we're going back. I get bored with just doing base coats. Ah, messed up. Wipe it away. The thorns leave. I'm thinking of leaving them white, but I could be talked into something else. Because I got the red for the sails. I think that goes good with the blue, but I don't want red elsewhere. So, thinking about leaving them bone white. But I could be persuaded otherwise. Not set in stone. Boom, boom, boom. All right. We're going to do some. That might be an idea. I'm trying to stay away from shades, especially as I progress in this painting journey. Mostly because I feel like they can be a bit of a crutch for newer people. Like, if you know how to use them, great. But the way that I like to highlight, I'm iffy about shades. I could give it a shot. Like a vine. That's a good idea too. But now my color theory self is going green, blue, and red. Is that too Christmassy? Or would that look good? Maybe like a pale green? Maybe a gold. But I already got gold for that part. I don't know. We'll probably do some more streams and have a vote on it. I think that's the plan. Brown. Oh, yeah, yeah. Maybe like a lighter brown because I don't have any examples, but compare that. I could see a lighter brown. I could definitely see lighter brown. I don't even have any paint on my paintbrush. I got too excited to talk. Non-oiled. Ooh. Going off of that, what if left it white with a black shade, but put brown on the tips. That might be an idea. Got me theory crafting now. Sure. All right. All right, chat. I hate to leave you. All my devices are dying, so I gotta start heading out. I think I plan to do another live stream either tomorrow or the next day. But thank you for tuning in with me. And as always, much love and peace.